And we're live. Hi, everybody.
Hello,
Hey.
Hello.
And you have all 5 of us here because it's a momentous occasion. What
And
happened,
Cleo.
guys? And Cleo. Yes.
Okay.
Cleo with her summer cut in the winter.
Yeah.
How cruel. How cruel.
How cool. So gosh, we've had such an amazing, exciting weekend. And it's like the second annual Night Photo Summit has launched, and your response has been incredible. Thank you, everybody, for signing up in droves. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So tonight we're going to talk about it. We're going to take your questions. I can see that there's a bunch of people out there already, or at least Steve and Jay are out there. Hi, Steve.
We got Minnesota's in the house. We got Melissa there.
All right. Hey, Melissa. Fantastic.
So definitely drop us in if you're out there. We need to know.
And we got Ed signing in.
Yeah, tell us where you're chiming in from on
Steve.
this world wide web here. And
Steve's always first
Good to
with
see
the
you,
comments.
Steve.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Steve. Yep. Yeah.
It's cold where we are. Or at least I'm not in the Bahamas with this Icelandic sweater, Jay.
Hey, Sue and Katrina. Hello,
I
hello.
can see Ed Finn.
Yep.
Right. Fantastic.
Right on.
Well, we really appreciate everybody who's signed up so far. If anybody here has questions about the ticket that they've bought, or if they're on the fence, this is a great time to ask your questions because you got all 5 of us, and we can talk about it and we show stuff on screen. Otherwise, we're going to sort of walk around through the website and show you the stuff that we're excited about, and you can tell us in the chat what you're excited about. So, anybody else want to kick off showing screen, or should I?
Wait, what are we talking about? We're talking about Night Photo Summit, right?
What's that?
Night Photo.
The second annual Night
Right.
Photo
The second
Summit.
one, not the first one.
Not the first one. The
Talking
first
about the second one. Right.
We did
You
that
can
already.
still buy tickets to the first one, but you don't want to do that because you only have access for another month. You want to double down on the 2022 Night Photo Summit. Exactly.
That is a good sales pitch, Gabe, but I don't know. We didn't think of that before.
Oh my gosh!
Hey,
So
there's Matt.
hey, there I am. We don't need to see my face anymore. So there we go. My face is around enough. So we're the first year was so good that we've gone and done it again. It takes a bunch of people to put this together, and it's the 5 of us and some other people you may know, and it's a work of love, and all of the presenters are incredible, and we've got some returning people this year, and we've got some new faces this year. If you hadn't seen it yet, go ahead and take a watch of the video that's there. It's also on our YouTube channel. If that's where you're tuning in from, it's also on the Facebook channel. But we have something really important to announce because the deadline's coming up. Gosh, like last year we didn't have a swag bag, but everybody who signs up does get, and I'm just going to scroll down and show it, does get, where is it? There we go. The 2022 Summit t-shirt.
Good looking shirt.
Right?
It adds an extra planet.
It does. A big one, too.
It adds,
Like a Jupiter.
it adds the 2022 planet, which, if you don't look up, you'll definitely want to get this shirt.
Well, but if only the planets revolved around the logo the way they did on their video.
Somebody
Next year.
Next year. We'll have interactive shirts next year. Fantastic.
No, I was just thinking Lance would wear it and do a cartwheel.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be something to see.
If you know us, then you know that there's something we always do for our t-shirts. It's glow in the dark. If you don't know us, now you know the t-shirt is glow in the dark.
And that's
And
the
it's
interactive
comfy.
component.
And it's comfy.
Super.
Right,
Super
super
comfy.
comfy. This is like a premium t-shirt. This is a shirt that you go into, a vintage shop. They're selling this shirt for like $50. So you can even say it's an investment. You know,
Chris, I wish I'd have thought to wear my NPS from last year.
And it's, oh, you know what? This isn't going to work because I still have the light from the computer screen.
yeah. Right.
That was a lot of effort for nothing.
Also, last year's shirt was black, right? And this
Right.
year's shirt is a vintage navy
Midnight.
neck. Yeah,
It's a
navy
midnight blue.
with a tri blend. It's really right.
It's
I'm
the
a bit of a
tri-blend.
t-shirt addict, and these t-shirts are amazing. So yes, so if you sign up, and is it the end of the day on the 14th? Is it like
noon.
midnight, noon
Eastern time?
Yep.
Right.
Okay, noon Eastern. So so tell your friends. If you're on the fence already, you've got just a few more days to basically get that t-shirt in time for you to wear it at the conference, as well as all the other fun stuff that we're putting into the swag bag. So yeah, this year a swag bag. So more than a t-shirt in the mail. So that's super fun. I think we got a question from Ed.
I see that. Yeah.
That right. Who's
Sorry, Gabe.
new?
It goes right over your face. I'll change that.
I love it. It's a bit of a rhyme too. Who's new in version 2?
What's new in version 2? Yeah.
Or what's new? Oh, sorry. New glasses prescription.
Oh, it's exciting, Ed. It's exciting. I am excited. There are so many classes I want to sit in on. I just, I'm stoked.
Yeah.
What's new? Yeah, there's a lot new. I mean, 2/3 of the speakers are new, and every
All the classes are new.
All the classes. Yeah, nobody's doing the same thing as last year. It's all new stuff. Even the returning instructors are doing new things. So it's a lot new.
But
More is new than is not.
We are rerunning the fundamentals track from last year, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Which were stellar, and
Stellar.
So to
That was
speak.
funny.
but that's in addition to all the new programming.
Yeah, we wanted to do that because we want it to be welcoming for anybody who's relatively new to night photography too. So those fundamental classes are there, whether you want a refresher or if you're new to the genre, and we'll help you get started.
yeah.
Hey there, Marina.
Hello, Marina.
Checking in.
So,
We definitely took everyone's feedback, and definitely made some adjustments and everything. But we still got over 25 speakers. How many classes? There's like what's the number? Whatever. It's like classes from 11 to 7 every day.
We're
except
not
for
done
last
yet.
day we end early. Yeah. And something new is we actually now have an expo area that's going to be for sponsors. So we're adding more breaks in. There's sort of a 15-minute break in between each class. So, and then there's a full-on lunch break that you can interact with key sponsors, and they'll be doing programming in their booth as well. So, so that's kind of a key thing when we're also, I think it's some more networking opportunities that people can do on their own as well. So that's kind of a fun thing.
Hey, Gabe, speaking of, listening to feedback from last year, one of the suggestions we got last year was doing a live demo, and we are doing that. Susan Magnano, who's going to be doing light writing and portraiture, is going to be doing it as a live demo from Matt's studio in Catskill, New York.
it's gonna be
Wow.
Yeah, that's exciting. And that's exciting.
Yeah. And she does some cool stuff, so it's going to be fun watching her actually do that. Live. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Agreed.
She's been doing some test drives. I've been seeing she's been posted on Instagram. She's been doing some test drives at home. But yeah, so fun. And she's been also just tearing it up with this light writing. I'm so happy she's back to teach a class on, as she calls it, light graffiti night.
We're gonna have a blast. In fact, she's coming over this Thursday for us to run through a little tech check on that.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
So Susan and I are going to work on all of the fun ideas we have for presenting a live portraiture, light writing, light graffiti class for you guys. It's going to be so fun. So
Is she bringing her own models, or are you and Mabel going to be the models for her?
I would prefer to be behind the camera. I would have to ask Mabel if she wants to. Mabel's really good at also finding models. So.
I vote for Rip Van Winkle.
He's still sleeping in the backyard there. Steve Barnes is hitting a good point that we got a pretty cool speaker, folks. We got Art Wolf.
That's
Art
gonna
Wolf
be killer.
Art Wolf is pretty huge, folks. That's if you've never seen him speak, he is one of the best. He's been around for a while and inspired so many people, not only in landscape and nature photography, but his work with people as well and cultures. And of course, he's traveled so much. I think I don't know where he hasn't been, but so many of these places he's also taken night photographs. And he just came out with a new book, Night on Earth. And so he'll have copies. He's given a copy. He's given a copy away, I believe. There'll be copies for sale, signed copies, prints. What's that?
Am I eligible?
None of us are eligible.
If you buy a ticket,
I'll buy one. I'll just buy it.
Exactly. But he's got his own. I think he's going to be the closing, or not the closing, but sort of like a featured speaker on the first night. So you definitely don't want to miss that. That's going to be a really, really cool thing. Thanks, Steve, for pointing that out.
Thank you, Steve.
Doesn't his book also come with a print?
it does.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty huge there.
He didn't specify whose print.
Wow.
It might be
He's
your
giving away one of Matt's.
I would be honored.
Yeah.
Book on a print.
Oh, you know what? Let's take a look at that. We have we could show you guys on our website. If you go to the giveaways tab up here, you'll be able to see up on top there are sponsor giveaways, and these are evolving as new sponsors sign on. We have a great group already, but let's just jump down and point that out. The speakers have giveaways also for their sessions. So are these some of these conference wide or just for sessions?
All the speaker giveaways are for sessions.
Perfect. So that means if you attend their session, you have a chance to receive the giveaway. So,
I mean, I think I forget how many giveaways we give the global giveaways we give at the last night party, and boy, did we give away! I think it was like over 40 giveaways last year that we gave away. You basically had a 1 in 5 chance of winning something, and we've got so many replies from people saying, "I've never won something in my life until now." so it was super fun and a lot of good giveaways. Like right off the bat, that we got a Gitzo tripod, that new Legend tripod, and Irix's new lens right off the bat. And, yeah, exactly. Move, shoot, move is in again, and a ton of other flashlights and subscriptions and all sorts of. Oh, there's a good one. I think we're giving away. There's a nice one right there. The Nightscaper Conference too. Which is in Kanab, Utah. That's going to be over a $500 value right there. So that's pretty cool. Matt and I went to that last year and had a blast there because that's like Night Photo Summit, but in person. Right. And deep space night, Milky Way, yum. All that kind of
very
good stuff.
focused on astro landscape, focused literally. So, yeah.
So Gabe, I know we still, there's still sponsors that haven't finished signing on that we haven't mentioned yet. But the giveaways right now, I counted a couple days ago, we've got between the speakers and the sponsors over 75 giveaways right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't even added mine in yet. That's awesome.
Yeah, so it'll be 150 when Tim adds his 75 in. He's very competitive.
No.
He's done with that bookshelf. He's giving away every book you see behind him.
I'm actually considering the cat. Yeah. It's gonna give away my cat. So.
Awesome. All right. So what else we got? Oh, let's talk about the speakers. Like who's returning and who's new. We talked about Art Wolf. Who here has seen Art Wolf before? Throw that down in the chat. If you've seen Art Wolf talk before, throw that in the chat. But let's see. Let's go up to the top there. We got Art. We've got Raphael Pons. He's coming back. His class is pretty cool, folks. That's a class. It's a brand new class, and it's Raphael answering your questions about photo pills. So, so stay on the lookout. Right, we haven't sent out that yet, Chris. Have we? Right, or right? That's the plan.
No, nope. That'll be going out next week, I believe.
Yeah.
That's
So check your emails.
Questions, right?
Yeah. Submit your questions, and we will pick the very best, the most difficult, the ones where we think we could stump Miss the Bard himself.
Stump the Bard.
Stump the Bard. That's what we should call it, right? and get those photo pills answered for you. So
Nice.
So Jess Santos, she is a returning guest, but with a totally different talk. Last year, she talked about what we all know her about, like her Twilight plans. But this year, she's going to talk about Instagram, right? It's going to be building your presence on Instagram.
I think that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this talk a couple days ago because I was thinking, like, I love Jess's photos, and
I do too.
You know, there's a lot of great photographers in the speaker lineup. And she's like up near the top. Like, she's just one of my favorites in there in terms of her work. And she's talking about Instagram. But it's like she's so good at that too. You know, it's like if you were to say, hey, we need somebody to speak about Instagram, she's the first person who'd come to my head. She just really knows what she's doing.
Well, she kills it. I mean, that is her. I would think her main marketing platform that she uses, and she just absolutely nails it. So, also, just FYI, if you're free tomorrow at 8:00, we're going to have her on Instagram Live as well. We'll be chatting with her on Instagram Live. So stay tuned for that as well. Sneak peek on a little release on that. Next up, we're in our A's, right? So Autumn, we've got a lot of A's, right? We got a lot of A's. So Autumn is also returning speaker. Last year, she spoke about auroras, and she debuted her film with her partner Nate. But this year, she's going to be talking. She's an awesome printer, and she talked about marketing herself. She really markets. You know, she teaches workshops and other things, but she really markets her prints. So she's going to share that. She's going to share that sort of process to print and her selections on how to process your image to have it best really kind of shine, depending upon. She'll talk about different. You can print on metal, acrylic, just paper and stuff like that, and how you can market it again, and how you can hopefully increase your sales of prints as well. So really excited to have Autumn back. And she's speaking twice because the Women in Night Photography panel that we had last year was probably the most popular panel. So we're bringing that back. Different theme, challenges and achievements under the stars, and all new women are going to be on that panel. So Sherry Pincus is going to be moderating it. We have Autumn Schrock. We've got Colleen Minuik, right? Is that how you say it? Minik. Okay. And Ima Barrera also going to be on that panel. So you won't want to miss that stellar panel. Another A. It's happening.
Funny thing is, these aren't even in alphabetical order. A fluke.
Such a good,
Chris,
such a
you
good
want to
guy.
talk about Adam? I know you've been chatting with him lately.
I really like Adam. I met Adam. We just happenstance at a conference a few years back. We weren't even speaking at it, but just a really nice guy. You know, up from Maine. And last year he talked about Milky Way panos, which was a really great class. I can't wait to see this one. He's really good with the Milky Way processing, and I think this is going to be a really fun class. Of course, Milky Way is a very popular topic. We have a few talks on it, but this would be good. Adam's a super nice guy. If you never met him, take the chance if you ever get it.
Yeah, excellent educator. Really, really good.
And Michael.
Yay.
Yeah.
Lance, you want to take
Sure. Yeah. Michael and I go way back. He's somebody who I've been following his work since the film days and holding little 35 millimeter slides up to the light, because his work has just been so good for so long, and he's really he's known for landscape photography, and specifically and mostly in Yosemite, and a lot of it is at night, not exclusively. And last year he gave a technical talk, and we really wanted him to come back, but he said, yes, I'd love to come back, but I want to talk more about the creative process. Mm-hmm. So that's his angle this year. He's going to be talking about his own the evolution of his work over a 30-year period, and how it can apply to you, and the different approaches that he's used, and tools and techniques that he's developed over the course of his career. So
nice. Yeah, he was one of our, again, most popular classes. In fact, it's really hard for us to actually figure out which was our most popular class last year, because everyone pretty much watched every class and multiple classes multiple times. With the rewatches good for a year, even the sponsor tracks, everyone got viewed and stuff. But his one last year was super popular on noise and stuff like that. We got a couple comments. Julianne Koza is going to be with Michael in Death Valley.
Awesome!
Right.
That's cool. Hi, Julianne. Yeah, and Patrick Bigos also thinks Adam Woodworth is the man. Right on. All right, who's next?
There we go.
New speaker alert. New speaker alert. There we go. Mr. Royce Bear, the founder of not only the Nightscaper, Facebook page, website, and Instagram and everything, but also of the Nightscaper conference, and really one of the first people to invent low-level lighting. And so he's going to share his secrets, his tips and tricks on how to create stunning single-image nightscapes using low-level lighting. So you definitely won't want to miss that.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm looking forward to that one.
Indeed. We know those.
Right. We know those guys.
I forgot I was muted. I was going to say, Gabe, we can skip him, right?
Yeah.
Tim, Matt, Nance. We know these guys. I think they're solid. We hope so. Let us know in the comments. If Kevin Adams, who's returning.
Now this is going to be a hoot, right, you guys?
This one's going to be so cool.
I've seen a couple of the photos. I've seen a few of the photos for this talk, and he does some pretty wild stuff. Lance, you've known him the longest. Why don't you talk about Kevin?
Well, last year he did his talk on photographing waterfalls, and this year's talk is just as specific and a really curious and interesting niche. He lives in the mountains outside of Asheville, North Carolina. Really just a wonderful human being, and a great presenter and a teacher as well. He's the organizer of of the Digital After Dark conference that runs out of North Carolina as well, which is where Chris and I first met him in person back in 2019. So we're real excited to have him back. And I know we said we've got a lot of new speakers who just seem to have all of the returning ones bunched up at the top of the list here.
Well, we had Art Wolf right away. He's new.
Yeah.
I struggle with Fireflies, so I'm so excited. I don't get to see him as much as I like to, but this summer I got a really good opportunity, but they just kept running away from me. I don't know if I wonder if there's any special deodorant you need to wear. I want to sit in on that class.
Yeah. Well,
I think any will work, Gabe. That's probably.
I want to share one little anecdote about Fireflies, because when Chris and I were on the Blue Ridge Parkway last summer, we had millions and millions and millions of fireflies at a great distance. And
Yes, right.
they were problematic rather than
Yes.
helpful, in that they appear to be lots of noise, and that lots of little green noise in our image.
Interesting.
So I'm looking forward to seeing how to actually make them into useful subject matter rather than imaginary noise.
Right. My question is the closer you get to fireflies, does that also mean the closer you get to mosquitoes? Right. That's because if that's the case, I'm out. So, Tim, you want to talk about Forrest?
Yeah, I'm psyched for this one too. I've known Forrest 20 plus years, and a great photographer, and truly just a fantastic instructor. And this excites me because, being an astro landscape photographer, I don't so much focus on shooting the deep sky. But he's going to talk about how to do it with just, the long lenses you already have. And to me, it's like, hey, wait a second. Okay, that could be another, arrow in the quiver, so to speak. And so, and I've seen his work that he's done without, he built his own telescope and his own whole photography rig, but he's going to talk about how to do it just telephoto. It's like, hey, I can do that. So yeah, I know, it's really pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Who hasn't built their own telescope?
And their own observatory.
Yeah, his own observatory.
Yeah.
Actually, I put in a pre-order for the new MSM Mac 90. So
nice.
Because I don't know how to build it.
We talked about Susan, right?
Talked about
Susan a little bit.
And our awesome luminescent portraits. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Mazul.
New speaker alert. Mike
we
Mazul, the second, and
the first was not here last year. The second was
exactly. Mike's a super good guy. He was like, I tell you, during the pandemic when that the volcano that I cannot, and not many people can pronounce, started erupting in Iceland. He went there. He was like on the first trip to Iceland. As soon as Iceland was open, he was there. He was shooting that. He's been all over the world. He's sort of this insane sort of extreme nature chaser, right? He actually offers workshops where they are chasing hurricanes, tornadoes, and stuff like that in America. But he's going to share that. He's going to share sort of his adventures, his tips, on photographing everything from volcanoes to, supercells and all sorts of different, extreme nature, natural elements that happen at night.
Wow.
So
I know one of his stories about melting something in lava, and I hope he tells it. Unintentionally, but it's a really good story. So I'm Mike, if you're listening, I think everybody wants to hear that story.
All right. Sounds good, Mike.
Amir.
And then, all right, here we're getting into it. These are all new speakers, right? Okay. Amir.
Still A's, though.
Still A's, right. Exactly. This, I have to say, this is one of the classes that I'm looking forward to the most. I heard Amir speak virtually at Night Photo Summit because he is from Iran. He lives in Canada now. But his work, especially in the whole prairie in Iran, is just outstanding. And it's a subject that we just have never seen before in America. We never are shown these beauties. And he's like, oh yeah, there's so many national parks in Iran. And it's like, okay, who here can name one national park in Iran? Right. So he's going to talk about, he's been exploring, and he said, I could talk about, the mountainous ones or the desert ones. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So his focus,
please.
Exactly. His focus is going to be on the desert national parks of Iran, which also have basically 95% of the year have clear skies.
I'm going.
Whoa.
Clear skies, people. So fantastic work. Really, really good, amazing instructor. I think Royce posted something on his on Instagram today about his class, and he's like, he's a National Geographic photographer. Really, he's not, but he should be. It's that National Geographic quality. So you'll definitely want to check out this class.
New speaker alert.
Michael DeYoung. So we actually, none of us personally knew Michael. He was suggested by a workshop alum who saw him and met him at a couple of conferences because she does a lot of the NAMPA stuff. And she just said we absolutely had to check this guy out. He used to be a meteorologist for the Air Force, and he uses all his meteorology knowledge to figure out when he needs to be out shooting. Whether that's getting great clouds at sunrise or sunset, or no clouds when out shooting at night. And particularly, he does a lot of aurora photography. So this is going to be a lot of fun, bringing science to our art here.
Beautiful. Can I host
Love
that
it.
one? I want to be a fly on the wall.
We'll get you a ticket at the very least.
Okay.
All right, continuing on the new speaker.
Yeah. So Colleen is somebody I've known for a few years, and I've emailed with her for even longer because she was writing her Photographing Acadia National Park book right around the time that my Photographing National Parks book came out. And I love Acadia. It's one of my favorite parks. And so she and I were emailing a lot, back then. And then we've done a few conferences together. And she's not a night photographer per se, but she does. The reason we invited her is because she does an amazing talk about creativity. I've seen, a dozen or more creativity talks, and hers just knocks it out of the park. I love her approach. You can't watch her for an hour and not be inspired to go out and just do new things. I mean, she's just very inspirational. You're going to love this talk.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I agree, Chris. It's a fantastic talk, and she's a fantastic person.
She's very, very nice.
And she's also a part of the aforementioned panel.
Yeah, it's funny. She didn't get back right away about that. I don't know if she was on a workshop or something, but we invited her to be on the women's panel, and she was the last one to respond, and she finally did. And I said, "Well, I'm glad you said yes, because we already put you in the promo graphics." And and she was like, "Chris, honestly, you didn't even have to ask me."
All right, nice. What a nice,
Yeah, she's
Solid.
awesome. She's awesome.
All right. Well, Hannu is a Finnish photographer and light artist, and he's going to be sharing his really unique and original light drawing art. So if you follow any of the Light Painting Brushes crowd or the Light Painting World Alliance groups, he's been for, I don't know, about the last 10 years or so, creating these otherworldly alien type figures in the landscape. Some of them are animal, some of them are vegetable, and some of them you can't tell which, but they're just really fantastical light drawings in space. Very, very complex and really very unique. So I'm really excited that we were able to get him to come on board, and he's going to be presenting from Finland. So
wow.
Yeah, his work just blows my mind.
Yeah.
I see it and I just think, how can somebody do that?
Yeah, and it's so different from anything that any of us do, and but just so absolutely stunning.
Mhm.
Can't wait to see it.
Agreed. Out of this world or galaxy.
It's Gunther Wegner. We did who's it? David Marks. Is he the one who did a talk on Timelapse last year?
Mhm.
And LR Timelapse is one of the pieces of software that he uses. And we wanted to do another Timelapse talk this year, and we were just like, let's try Gunther. He's the guy who created LR Timelapse, and he said yes. So we're getting the brain behind one of the most popular time-lapse tools out there, and he's going to talk about, it says here, right, the day to night transition. So we've seen that where you start your time-lapse at dusk or maybe even in daylight, and then you end up at nighttime, which just seems like such a chore to pull that off. So look forward to seeing what he has to say about it.
I use his software all the time. I'm going to be all ears on this one.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great stuff. I mean, the big thing about LR Timelapse is you get to skip the step of exporting your photos and then re-importing them into something else. You go right from Lightroom right into time lapse, and anytime you can save a step, I'm all for it. And if it's 1,200 photos in your time lapse, then you're skipping like 1,200 steps.
All right, we're bringing another ranger back as well, because Night Photo Summit, we're definitely talking about our national parks. This year we've got a dark ranger, right? But do you even know that there are dark rangers out there, folks? These are rangers that are dedicated to basically running night sky programs at the parks. So if a park has dark skies, then chances are they've got a dark ranger that's hosting programs and stuff. And Chris and I met Radar when we did our South Rim Grand Canyon workshop in, was that 2019, I believe?
Yep.
And he invited us to speak at Grand Canyon's Dark Sky Festival that year, and we were one of the few night photographers. It was all astronomers there, and I did earn my junior astronomer ranger badge there. So that was always will be a special moment for me. So and Grand Canyon that same year was qualified as a gold tier dark sky park. So he'll talk about our parks, our dark sky parks, and how you guys can take more advantage of the programming and the parks that are available for you. So really looking forward to Radar's talk.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well, for sure.
All right.
All right.
The doctor's in the house.
The doctor. I met Kawe at the PSA conference in 2018, I think. And we chatted for a little bit. I didn't know him. And then it just seemed like I saw him everywhere. It's like every time I saw an article about Aurora, he shot it. And, I'd see something about Norway, and he's the photographer. And I'd see a workshop in some cool place, and he's running it. It's just like every time I turn around, I saw him. And it's funny, we haven't met again since. But we've emailed, we've stayed in touch, and we're both, along with Gabe, we're going to be at the Photo Pills camp in Spain this late spring. So really looking forward to having him here. He does some really great work. He's got a very defined style, and he knows his stuff. It's going to be a good talk.
All right, and we're back. We've gone through a string of new people, but we are Ericcuna is returning. Eric last year did the incredibly popular rocket photography class, and this year he's going to be doing a deep dive into photo pills, and especially the planner mode. So he's doing his class, Planning a Milky Way Adventure with Photo Pills. So you're going to see some of his Milky Way chops and his photo pill expertise on display for this class. So really looking forward to having Eric back on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was kind of the surprise hit of last year's summit.
I am so fascinated. We're shooting more stuff into space than ever, right? And ever since Chris and I accidentally, with our Outer Banks class captured, Falcon 9 in 2019, I have been so fascinated. Lance, and you captured it during your Creative Live class. You captured a Chinese rocket or something back then. So it's like, for years and years and years, we've been shooting under the sky, and it's only recently that we're getting stuff, or that we can plan to capture these rockets and satellites and other things like that. So,
right. When is the Photo Pills pill on rockets coming out?
I was just thinking that very same thing, Lance. So I was like, we've got to talk to Roth,
Well, Eric and
Roth,
we've got to get together on that.
No kidding.
So Nicole Mordiaro, last year we had an astronomer speak too, right? Tyler Norgren, who we've been working with in one capacity or another since our first year. And he was great, and we loved having an astronomer. And it was funny that Nicole is the author of the 2022 Night Sky Almanac. Her publisher reached out to us last summer and asked if we'd be interested in seeing the book. And we thought it was great. We put it in a gift guide and everything. So when we were talking about inviting an astronomer again, it was like, oh, this would be cool, because this is such a great guide for anybody into night photography, right? Because it's just going to tell you a lot of the things that you can look forward to this year in terms of eclipses, and she talks about comets and aurora and conjunctions and all that stuff. So, we were like, hey, we should invite her. We don't know her, but let's talk with her and see what she's like. And we had a really nice phone conversation. She's based up in Canada. She's a reporter for CBC, and she's runs the Canadian Astronomers Association. Something, I've got the name wrong, so put that all in lowercase letters, the Canadian Astronomers Association. But she really knows her stuff, and she's very nice. And this is going to be a fun talk. Find out all the things we can look forward to this year as night photographers.
Yeah, totally. Love it.
Ima Barrera. So I love her story. I've known Ima for, I want to say, about 5 or 6 years, and I met her at a conference. She was an attendee at a conference, and she had actually asked me for some help with light painting. She was on one of my photo excursions. It was the Out of Acadia conference done by the Out of Chicago group, and she asked me for some help with light painting at Jordan Pond. I remember that. In fact, she went and reshot that photo in summer when she could stay longer, and that's one of her shots now that she displays. And I saw her at other conferences since, and then all of a sudden last year she popped up as an artist in residence at Capitol Reef, which I just thought was so cool. Yeah. And since then, she's also been artist in residence at Acadia and Glacier, and she's been doing this project Under the Night Sky, and applying for artist in residencies at the parks, and just working on this long-term project. And so she's going to be talking, she's going to show her project, but she's also going to talk about what's it like to be an artist in residence at a national park. This is totally one I'm going to live vicariously through. I can't wait to hear these stories. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, there's probably going to be a rush of applications next year.
I've already put mine in.
Yeah. And we mentioned before, she's part of the panel discussion too.
Right.
Yep. Exactly.
And rounding out our list is Ken Lee.
All right. My buddy Ken. So if you were at the summit last year, you may remember we had the California light painter, Troy Pavey. Troy's known for photographing abandoned sites and junkyards and trains and so forth, mostly automotive junkyards. Well, Ken has his own take on similar subject matter, really completely different style, and his talk is mostly about lighting techniques, and specifically how the angle of the lighting, you can use different angles of lighting to create and control the effects that you're looking for in light painting, to emphasize or de-emphasize different parts of composition. So so Ken is a Southern California photographer photographing abandoned sites and vehicles of all sorts in the desert. Does a lot of light painting, and is just a great human being and an inspiring photographer. So definitely looking forward to that. He's just had his second book come out, and I believe he's got both available in the giveaways too.
So another thing about Ken, and Gabe will tell you how important this is he wears a hat.
He's a brother.
Yeah. Maybe we'll take a second to look at the anatomy of one of the speaker pages. If you go to a speaker page, if you go to speakers and click into an individual speaker, if you scroll down, you'll be able to see what categories they're participating in. You'll be able to see other links to learn more about them. You'll read a full bio there on the right, but you also see what giveaways that they're having, right? And also which talks that they're doing if there are multiple talks. So there's a lot of good information on the speaker pages, and you should check those out. Learn a little bit more about the people that are working with us.
Awesome.
Wow, what a program.
I know.
It's pretty awesome. And on the website, there's a lot of very helpful links across the top. The schedule is what it says, right? But it shows you in chronological order what you can expect when registering and attending. So you can start to sort of scheme on which things you're going to watch live and which things you're going to watch as replays, because you can't watch it all.
Yeah, we have 2 to 3 classes usually per session on it. So you have to make your choices what you want to watch live, which maybe it's the giveaways or maybe it's the speaker. If you have particular questions you want to ask that person. And yeah, this is the schedule the format we have. But I think in a week or two, or definitely before we launch, we'll also have a PDF schedule. So some people find that a little bit easier to read as well. So stay tuned for that. We still have a lot more in the works coming down the pipeline.
And we start at 11 a.m. I just want to express this because some people ask. We do have an FAQs page on the website, or a help page, right? But all of these times are in Eastern Standard Time. So if you're looking and you live in a different time zone, then you'll need to adjust appropriately. When you register, you don't have to choose your classes at that time. In fact, it's not part of the registration process. You can go back and decide which ones you want to add to your list later after purchasing. And we haven't mentioned it yet, but how much is this? All this wonderful stuff? Well, it's $399. And you get, so much content. And the live experience is really where it's at, because you're going to be bumping into a whole bunch of people that really love night photography too. And since we've added things this year that increase your ability to connect with and interact with other people, you can expect to make some new friends and to have some good discussions with them. So when you log in during the event, you'll have more opportunity to talk with not only your peers, but possibly the speakers and definitely the exhibitors and the sponsors too.
And it's good for a year. Replays are good for a year. Yep.
So you get the live event for $399 plus all the replays for a year.
The all replay ticket.
All replays. Moving on over to the side here, there is the sponsors tab. There's new people that get added here as they get added. Oh, Gabe, did anybody get added today?
We got Spencer's Camera, they're based out in Utah, and they do IR and Astro modified cameras. So again, Matt and I met them out at Nightscaper Conference, and they were so excited to come on board. They're going to be teaching a class. I don't know what it's about yet, but I would assume it's going to be about astrophotography and possibly the benefits of modified cameras. So you could take a look at that. Stay tuned for that one. But cool. Yeah, great. They just came on board today. B&H just came on board the other day. Let's see. We've gotten a few last
Focus
minute.
on Stars is a new one since Saturday.
Yeah, let's mention that.
Which one? Oh yeah,
Focus on Stars.
Yep. They're a new one.
I love that filter.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. They make. How do you say that? What kind of filter is it called?
Bahtinov
filters, right? They make that Bahtinov filter that helps you focus on stars. It's funny, they're named after literally what they do. Yeah. And Jay Spencer's IR
nice, Jay. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Right on.
Yep. Instead of selling your old cameras, you should modify them. Yeah.
Especially.
I got to get it done to my F5.
Right.
Funny.
And LED Lenser too. We have a new flashlight sponsor this year as well.
Right.
Yeah, so LED Lenser. Yep. So we have more flashlights to give away than ever before.
Yeah.
And we love their. This is one of their new flashlights. Boom! I got it right here. This is my favorite one. Look at how little this is. This is the old P2R, and it's a nice warm incandescent light that has three powers, so you can kind of see right there. So really, really cool. This has been sort of my go-to flashlight, always with me. It's right by my desk or in my bag. So
Nice.
Hey, look at that. Stephen Barnes gives the thumbs up to Spencer's.
nice. Yeah. For modifying. Yep. And Steve knows a thing or two about that.
Yes, he does.
Nice. And we also have this wonderful opportunity to check in on all of the speakers who are authors and learn more about the publications that they have. If you're into books like we are, you'll understand why we put this page together, because we love reading, and we love reading, gosh, what all these talented people have published. So some really good stuff on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. So yeah, give it a check. Take a look at that. And then we have the help page here. So if you have any questions, if we get asked a question more than once, we typically add it here just so everybody has the opportunity to do that. Yeah. So this is I guess we've walked through practically everything that's public so far on the Night Photo Summit.
But
What are you guys looking forward to? What are you guys looking forward to seeing or doing? Let us know in the chat. And hello to Paul Fishkin. Hello, look who's
Hey,
here.
Paul.
Right on.
Oh,
And let us know any questions you guys might have about Night Photo Summit. I know a lot of you we've seen kind of come through and for tickets already. And again, we thank you so much for that and the support. And well, it could have kind of at a better time as well.
Right.
We're all kind of hunkered down and staying warm. So, plenty of soup, tea, and Night Photo Summit is on my agenda.
Yeah. I love the time of year that we hold this, because it's right towards the end of that winter slump. When if you live in a place like me where the weather doesn't show a lot of stars, you might be thinking about other kinds of things you could be shooting all winter, and you might be reaching for a little bit more inspiration. This is the event.
that little kick in the pants that February calls for.
Right,
Really
often,
like
right? January gets so cold, in February, right? It's just like we need that inspiration. So
take out some old skills and sort of sharpen them up. You go a little bit deeper on a topic. This is the event.
Yeah, it's easy to get out of practice in December, January, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when we post process, right? That's when we used to work in the dark room, right? Dedicated days in the dark room were always the winter months, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have it here with me, but I actually pulled out my film camera. I'm gonna start doing some film stuff again.
Right
Oh
on.
dear.
Yeah.
My question is who's going to be the first of us to offer a film class at Night Photo Summit? And maybe the third annual one.
Looks like it's not going to be Tim.
I'll tell you, I've had enough with nosebleeds and black fingernails working in the dark room for I don't miss that at all.
I'm betting on Chris and his Astro Modified 5.
yeah.
Well, just put it on a tracker, man.
That's it. That's
Now
it.
you can take all the film
Exactly.
shots you want.
Yeah. So
No.
That's its own blog post.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well,
Oh, Lord.
I need to express some gratitude. It always amazes me. You guys have no idea. In fact, unless you've done something like this, just how much work goes into pulling off a conference like this. But I just want to say thank you to the team here. You guys are freaking amazing. So it's I'm always proud to be a part of putting this together with you, and thank you. So
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah,
well, we're a team. We're a team. We're a team,
That's right.
right? And
Absolutely.
everything you guys see on the website and the classes and all that stuff, that's one of our hands has been on it, right, and touching it and making sure it's getting done and everything. So I'm amazed that every one of you has skills of night photography, but has some pretty awesome skills beyond that. So.
I remember last year, the run up to the summit, and then the start of it, and then the finish, and I just thought, wow, this has just been so incredible. The whole event was so incredible. It was so much hard work, but it was so fun, and it was especially fun because getting to see all the people that we hadn't seen in so long. Our returning clients and our friends, and so. So just I'm excited again for this year.
I want to share something because I'm totally confident this is exactly what we're doing. Last year, everybody who registered had a great experience. I mean, I couldn't find more than a couple of comments where people said that something technically didn't work. Well, I'm personally excited about this part. We're not using Zoom this year.
Yeah,
We're all zoomed out.
Yes.
So you can't, no excuse that you're zoomed out.
if you have Zoom fatigue, don't worry about it. There is no Zoom during this summit. Everything will happen on the webpage. The live stream will be embedded on the webpage, and the chat will be right there. You don't need to use a separate piece of software or worry about being in the right place or not. You just need to be on the right talk page. And that's it.
Yeah.
We made it simpler and easier for you guys because we care.
Awesome. Yes.
I thought you were going to say we were sending the speakers to everybody's house.
We're still working on that.
Okay.
Oh, we're streaming them. Yeah.
Hey, along the lines of that, Chris, my favorite moment from the build up to the launch was, or actually not the build up to the launch, but right after the launch, the questions. Where's this event being held again? I can't find it anywhere on the website.
It's true. At Lance's house. We'll put the address in the comments. So we have a kudo. Thank you, Melissa. We appreciate that.
Yes, thank you, Melissa.
And Ed is affirming he's glad to
Thank you, Ed.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. We shopped really hard on technology this year. We shopped really hard.
Yeah.
So, again, it's for you. So we look forward to you telling us how you like it. We hope you like it.
We look forward to seeing you there. So
yes. And just want to reiterate one final time. We mentioned in the beginning, if you want the swag bag, sign up today. Do it by January 14th if you're watching this on the replay at noon Eastern Standard Time. That's the cutoff. And then everybody after that is going to get their shirts only after. Correct, Chris?
Right.
Okay.
And they'll get it after the summit's over.
Yep.
So,
and also, I just want to
run the summit. You want that swag bag by noon on Friday.
Yep. Just a reminder too.
In the swag bag.
Exactly. And cats. Again, a reminder because we do have a lot of return guests from last year's summit. Just remember, a lot of those speakers, or half of them are return people, right, folks? And no one is teaching the same class. So if you want a refresher, you have until February 12th, I believe was. Right. So February 12th to visit the old Night Photo site, old Night Photo 2021 website, and if you have. You still have, if you bought a pass, you still have eligible. So, because those go bye-bye, I think at 11 a.m. on the 12th, and you will not see them again. The content is just there for a year. You can watch it as many times, but if you need a refresher and get even more excited, that's my suggestion.
That's a good point. Good point, Gabe.
Fantastic. Anything else you guys want to add?
Well, I just want to say thanks to all of you guys for doing such an amazing job putting this together, and all the depth of the research that went into making it better is astounding. What a great team you are.
Agreed.
Well,
agreed.
We're doing it because we love night photography, right? So let's
indeed seize the night, folks. Right? Seize the night
and the technology. Thank you, Katrina. All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. If you're seeing this live, if you're seeing this on replay, thanks for watching it. leave a comment. If you have any questions, or hop on over to the website. There's an easy way to contact us there. We'll throw it in the chat here. It's adventure@nightphotosummit.com. Otherwise, I think that's a wrap, right, guys?
Yep.
Thank
so.
you.
Looking forward to seeing y'all.
All right.
So,
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
good night, everybody.